Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen and today we are doing scrap wood DIYs. So this is where all of our scrap wood came from. My husband recently redid our goat's pen. It was needed. They were escaping and they're just a lot larger goats than what we used to have in the past, and they are still growing. They're only a year old. So we have Rose, and that's Blossom, and a little Brody down there. They are just the sweetest. But this is how much scrap wood was left over. And it is more than what it looks. I also had some in the garage drying out, and we also had some of these posts left. So the first thing I did, so for this DIY, we're using these fence posts, and I didn't have a ton of these, but I had just enough to create some fun DIYs. So for this, I'm just using a miter saw to cut these down. I also cut down a pair for my mom as well. So this was like a mother-daughter craft day, and we're just cutting a ton of wood down. And you're probably going to notice that I did not have goggles on, and I am not the person that is going to be that safety guru for you guys. I just, once I get my mind set to something, I go. I know it's not safe. I totally understand that, but I work with it all the time, and I don't think we ever use goggles. So but you should. So there you go. Use goggles or use safety glasses when using power tools. So I'm using my Bosch sander. I love this thing. I love that it has so many different settings, but I just kind of wanted to sand it, not completely, just to kind of work the rough edges around from it being cut and kind of tossed. It was kind of chipped a little bit, and nobody wants slivers when they're painting. So I'm using the Waverly chalk paint in the color white, of course, here to paint these snowmen. I'm using actually a chalk paintbrush, and it actually worked really, really well. These were kind of messy to paint because there was just so many like divots and bumps, and so there was like paint spraying absolutely everywhere. They were painted and ready to go. I am just using this little paintbrush tool. It came in a set from Walmart, so I don't really use these brushes, but I do keep them on hand because you never know. I did kind of go back over and make sure that the eyes were full. I decided to use the same brush for the eyes and the mouth. I had larger ones, and it just didn't look right for the eyes to be any larger than what they are. I think these are cute regardless. So, I mean, if you want the little mouth to be smaller, but I think these are just the cutest little thing. So I went over these a couple times just to make sure, and then I did end up painting in the black dots just to make sure that they were covered. Now I'm just painting some little noses on these snowmen so they actually look like snowmen. Now you could do anything you wanted with these, so whatever your little heart desires. I decided to keep these a little simple. I seen some inspiration from Pinterest where they used socks for the hats, so I thought that that was a really cute idea. And we actually found some socks from Walmart, and they're only $1 for a pair. I did not like the white ones. I ended up just kind of keeping those. I love fuzzy socks anyway, so it didn't really matter if I end up using these or not because I would wear them regardless. But once I put the white hats on, I was like, I don't like that. I ended up using 3 black socks instead. My mom did have one left over because obviously she knows her stuff. So she picked up black socks. I'm like, oh, white would be so cute. It wasn't cute at all. Like, not even kind of cute. And then I just tied the hats with some twine to just make it actually look like a hat and then a weird little sock topper. And then I decided to embellish these with whatever my little heart desired. So I just kind of used some greenery and some berries I had from last year. I just kind of cut everything off with like from picks, and I save every little greenery piece because I eventually will use them. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but someday. I'm just using some ribbon for the scarves and just whatever I had in my stash. These little snowflakes, I think they came off of something, but I'm not sure. Maybe they were ornaments. I think they were actually ornaments. But yeah, I could not find scarves anywhere at any Dollar Tree. I was looking for like buffalo check or even black or something that would match, and I was out of luck at like 3 different Dollar Trees. They had no scarves. And then now, like I said, I'm just embellishing the scarf with some greenery and some berries and little snowflakes. They came from a like a pick, and they were just full of snowflakes. That came from Joann's a few years ago, but I just like cutting them apart and sticking them on things like snowman scarves. And then I wanted all the hats to be different. I wanted the scarves to look a little different, but I still wanted them to all match. Next one, I'm just cutting a few different sizes down. These are 2x6s that we used for the fence. And of course, I'm using this same miter saw. We only have one, so I'm only going to be using obviously the same one. All right, so I'm going to be making some scrap wood presents. I have seen these for years and years and years and years on Pinterest. And I feel like maybe the first Christmas I ever did YouTube, I maybe made these. I feel like I did, and then I feel like I never have made them before in my life. But they were the easiest crafts to make. All I do is paint the wood, and since this was treated wood, it was kind of a pain to wait as long as I had to for the paint to dry. I did so much blow drying, and it just took a little bit longer. And then now I'm just using some ribbon that I had on hand. I don't buy a lot of ribbon because I don't use a whole lot. So I did buy this buffalo check black and white ribbon from Walmart a couple years ago. And then I do have some from Dollar General. I think they were like a quarter or 50 cents. So I had to pick those up as well, just in case, because you never know when you're going to need some ribbon. I'm hot gluing this, and the hot glue is kind of coming up from the ribbon, but I just kind of like wiped it away, and then it was good to go. And then you can just embellish these however you like. I decided to use these bows. These are one of my favorite ones I've ever bought. They are from Amazon. And of course, I do like to reuse bows. So when I'm done with a project I know I'm not going to keep, I will just take the bow off and reuse it for something else. And then now I was just trying to figure out what color would look best on each of these, because I still like them to all match since they will be hanging out together on my front porch. Let me know in the comments below if you guys would like to see a front porch decorating video. And let me know if you like these scrapwood videos. I don't do scrapwood videos ever. I just kind of use them in some of my DIYs once in a while, but nothing crazy. But I do have a lot more scrapwood ideas. So if you'd like to see what else I've come up with, let me know in the comments below. I'm using is from Walmart, and this ornament is from Dollar General. And now on to another present. This ribbon was also from Dollar General last year, and this is the one I picked up and just saved because of the you never know when you might need it. I like that Dollar General actually sells a lot of the ribbon for only $1. So if you have a Dollar General, go check out their items. Their ornaments are $1. I just really prefer Dollar General over Dollar Tree when it comes to a lot of their Christmas items. They're just so much better quality, and some of them are only $1. And then I'm just adding another one of these bows. Like I said, these are my favorite, and I wanted everything to kind of come together. But then I didn't want it to be the exact same, so I am going to add some jingle bells. And I want to say those were from Dollar General last year as well, but they have them every single year. So I'm starting to slowly get out my items on my porch. So you're going to see some crates here, and I think I'm going to be decorating these for Christmas as well. I cannot wait, but if you can tell how windy our house is, it's always windy. So I do have to kind of bring things in during the night because you never know where it's going to land the next day. And the last thing, I did not show how these were cut, but my husband just put some 45-degree angles on the tops to make some fun houses for me. I'm using the color Hazelnut by Waverly, and I'm just going to go ahead and paint all three of these. Now, I didn't show a lot of this because it's kind of self-explanatory. Also, I needed to be like very, very close to these when I was using the puffy paint. But I got some inspiration on what some gingerbread houses would look like on Pinterest. And I was just kind of going off of those. I kind of kept going back and forth with a few different pictures. And they weren't actually like little wooden gingerbread houses. They were like the real life, you know, the 3D regular old gingerbread houses that light up, things like that. But I just kind of wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And then when I realized I was so far away from this, I kind of got closer and closer and closer and realized my like head was pretty much taking up the entire camera. So I did not show a ton here, but you kind of get the point. I used a pencil to outline my drawings, and then I decided to use this puffy paint. I picked mine up at Walmart recently this time because I ran out of all of the other puffy paint that I have bought. It's crazy, but I knew it was going to happen because I use it so often. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. That is it. If you guys did like it, please let me know in the comments below. If you are new to my channel, I would love if you consider sticking around and subscribing. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good times.